Welcome back to the I Read New podcast. We are in the process of chasing our dreams, but we haven't got there yet, and we wanted to provide some insight and hopefully some strategies behind making your dreams a reality. Jay's back. Welcome back, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've returned.
We missed you. We had Dork on in the last episode. That was cool. Thanks for coming on, Dork, but we missed Jay. And we've got a new guest here today. We've got Mr. Calla. I'm going to give him a quick intro. He's got, I think, just under 1 million streams on Spotify. He's coming up on 1 million total streams. He's got 80k on the TikTok. He's got about 10 to 12k on Insta. And yeah, we're super stoked to have him on the pod. How you going, bro?
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Let's go. I just want to get straight into it, bro. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about kind of where you came from. And I was saying to you before we hopped on just briefly that I've been following you for about a year just as a fan, really. Like, just been following your music, and I love what you do. And probably because it's super similar to where I've come from, you know? Like, you're definitely a few steps ahead from my perspective to where I want to be. And it's just inspiring to see where you've come from. I'll give you my impression of what's been going on, and then you can correct me and kind of add some stuff in where you feel, if that's cool with you. I started seeing you, I think it was actually a reel or a TikTok of you just playing some guitar shit, and I saw you were from Perth.
Probably a TikTok or something like that.
Yeah, it was in a Perth. I think it was actually on the beach. And I was like, oh, dope, cool, follow. And then I saw that mashup that you did with Hannah fucking went mental, and I was like, hang on, what's going on here?
A bloody mashup.
Yeah, and then you started doing your own music, and it was kind of the same as where I started, just doing acoustic stuff, and then made my own shit, and now we're both making our own music, which is really cool, and that's actually what spurred me to get you on the pod, just so where we can talk about that and kind of compare where we've come from. But what happened before you were doing covers, and where did your music journey kind of start?
It's been a long journey, to be honest with you, man. Like, I think you kind of grow up always loving music, eh? Like, I feel it's something I saw. It started with my mum, to be honest with you. Yeah. She's actually got a really good voice. I'm going to plug a little cover that we got coming, by the way.
Yeah. With your mum?
With my mum, bro. Yeah.
Bro. That's crazy.
She was always just singing around the house and shit like that. And like, it kind of just, I don't know. I knew that I loved to sing, but I just never, as a youngster, you just kind of think that everyone like does that, and never thought anything of it. And I was actually playing footy, bro. Like, music wasn't even a thing for me in high school, really. I picked up drums, actually. Yeah. I learned how to play drums and stuff. But I was playing footy, man, and like, being a singer wasn't like part of the plan. Yeah.
So it was just something you did with mum, and
it was just something I did around the house and stuff like that. And then, you know, I growing up seeing like Chris Brown and like, you know, JB and all those type of boys, and then like One Direction came into it, and I was like, damn, these guys are cool. It was like a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I to be honest, I think I started quite late, like my music journey, man. It was like 17 or something. Is when I kind of was like, I wouldn't mind like getting better at singing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would like to hope that you have people that go, mate, you can't sing for shit. Like, don't start. But I did have like a couple mates, like, mum was like, oh, you got a good tone there. I can hear it. I can hear something. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, man. I'll just get vocal lessons and like get better.
Fuck
and shit. Yeah. So I started doing that shit.
Sometimes that's all it takes, is that little push with someone just going, oh, you've got something. Like, they might not say you're the shit, but they're like, you've got something there. And if you've got the right mindset towards that, you know, that can turn into something fucking massive. Hey? Yeah,
man. It's all I definitely, it wasn't perfect when I started, that's for sure.
Yeah, feel you, 100%.
But I knew I was always like a performer, you know what I mean? Like, I was always like the life of the party and shit like that, and I just felt that was part of me in a weird way. And like, even though I was following my footy and stuff like that, it's interesting how it's where I'm at now with music. It's just crazy, because like, I started doing vocal lessons. I knew nothing, bro. Yeah. I fucking knew nothing. I knew no one in the industry. Yeah. I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know, like, we're not visible to a lot back then. You know, it wasn't as, like, now you got TikTok, man. You got like podcasts,
so much exposure,
so much that you can just be like, so if I do that, that could blow up, and like, like, but I think Instagram just came out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It just wasn't a concept, was it? Blowing up just yet. Well, I guess there was like the Justin Bieber blowing up on YouTube, but it was so much less frequent than it is now.
100%.
Where anyone, like some dude walking down the street, could just have this video that just gets 10 million views. Like, that did not exist.
His life just changed. So, I was kind of just like, I don't know what to do or how I'm going to do this. So I just like took it step by step, really.
Yeah.
I just kind of was like, oh, I want to get better at singing. Like, let's just start there.
And then it started with uploading stuff to YouTube, to Insta.
Yeah, just
playing covers.
Yeah, so it was just kind of like copying what other people were doing, but it was just so like, you know, not professional. It was just like doing a video, me singing, no music in the background. Putting a couple YouTube videos up. But I kind of just didn't. I kind of stopped doing that for a while. Just kind of posting like videos of me in my room, just like singing a verse, not even like 15-second video. And I was just doing a lot of that, man, for a while, and just getting better. I just wanted to get better, like, because I knew nothing about nothing.
And what? Sorry, you go. No.
I was gonna say, well, you had a passion there, so it made you want to keep going.
I knew the passion was there. I knew the passion was there, so I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm just follow."
That's it, eh? Like, as long as you've got some sort of idea of where you want it to go, and or even just the fact that you want to do that, you know, that should be enough to keep you going, regardless of the level that you're at with it. Hey, and I can relate to that so much, bro. Where the beats I was making was so shit, and but I always told myself, like, you know, it could be good if I keep doing, if I do another 100 of those beats. And that's all just a mindset, isn't it? Like, you could make that beat and be like, oh, that sucks, why would I make another beat? But I was excited when I made a shit beat, because I was like, this could actually be something really good. But I kind of knew at the time, maybe some people would say now, that my stuff's still whack, you know, and but it's still making progression, you know.
Are you making your own beats at the moment?
Always. I've always made my own beats. So all the stuff I do is all, I think I've got like 70 songs out, and I think 2 of them are produced by someone else. Yeah. So sometimes I'll get in there, sick, man. And but that guy I was telling you about before the pod, Dork, he taught me how to produce a lot of stuff, but I started with the acoustic stuff. And Jay, you probably remember this. I used to put a camera up in the corner, and I'd film me doing loop pedal stuff, and I'd just do like a John Mayer song, a loop pedal of that. And
I do remember that.
And that's where my first shit posting on YouTube and posting on Instagram started.
Oh wow, that's sick.
And then from there I was like, I could probably try making beats, and then I got more into production and less into live performing, but I still do some live acoustic shows. But it's a bit of both at the moment, so yeah. That's
super interesting. Like, I never got into the like making beats and stuff.
No,
like never. Like, I was just like, I just want to sing.
That's just somehow how some artists are. Like, that's Chris Brown in a nutshell. And JB to an extent. I think he does a little bit of playing and a little bit of beat making.
Now I'm probably getting a bit more into it with my producer, but like, still, it's nothing like, I don't do anything. I'm just kind of hearing things. I'm like, oh, this would be cool.
Can we change this a bit? Yeah.
So it's just playing around with it a bit.
Yeah, which is not unusual, bro. Like I said, Chris Brown just wants to sing. And he's just fucking good at it too. It's like, you do one thing. The guys that are at the top do one thing and they do it really fucking well, you know? So that's always a good thing as well, you know? Yeah, no, I think like being from that, like, I think that's why I went down in 2017. That's when I started like really taking things to like seriously. I started listening to you guys probably know Gary Vee. And he's like, make a job out of it, you know.
Like, I smashed his podcast so much.
Yeah, man. Like, he's a massive influence to me. Top 5 influencers, like musicians included. Yeah, 100%. He's up there.
So that's when I started listening to him. It was 2017, and I was like, all right, man, I need to start, like, you can't just post a cover and like 2 months later then
what else are you doing to maximize?
You need to literally just keep constant with it. And that's when I started posting covers on Instagram properly. Like, I started like recording them and doing like music videos for them, and like I started getting some, like, a lot of traction from that. And it was I did like paid ads, but back then, and you put like $50 on it, man, that would go, like, that would go far.
And you got a lot of followers from that?
A lot.
Gotcha.
And then even like there was like I had a marketing dude that was helping me out with stuff, and he was doing like automatic, like, I don't know today if I would have done that, and I maybe would have taken that back, but it was like automatic comments and stuff.
I've seen that.
So like, now I'm kind of like, Gary always talks about being real and like, and all that, and I get that. That did help me gain a lot of followers though, because people go, oh, who's this, and they click into me and go, oh, his music's cool. I'll follow him. So I did that for a little bit to help gain a lot of stuff, and the covers just kind of I was just in the cover game, man.
What was the first like blip? Was it the mashup? Or is it something big where you're like, oh shit?
Well, the ones on Instagram were actually like, it's just so different now with like the engagement that you get. Like, back then I was getting like, it's weird. It was like 400. I mean, it was like 3,000 to 4,000 views a video
Yeah.
But the comments were just crazy.
Yeah,
Like I was getting
yeah.
like 300 comments.
Right, yeah.
So
Of people
diff-
that really cared about it.
Yeah,
and
actual
loved
people
it.
look at like it was just nuts. So
Which
like,
is a big difference to 2 million views of people that just give it a like and then go on to the next video.
Yeah,
You know?
like it was way different engagement. So that kind of helped me go, all right, well, people are liking my voice at least. Like I'm gonna keep at this.
It's enough to keep you moving.
Yeah, and that's when I started the cover band. You know what I mean? I started with those boys.
The 3 p.m. right?
Yeah. So
Dope.
we started like gaining more like followers and getting sick gigs as well.
Just
and
getting exposed a bit more and
just
playing weddings,
more,
playing
man.
pubs.
Just singing a lot more,
Yep.
bro. Like I feel like people go, oh, you know, don't you be doing more than just singing at weddings and stuff? And I'm like, man, I'm getting paid to sing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's
It's
get
pretty
out.
good, yeah.
Like, come on.
And it's hard to do, man. I do pub shows all the time, and it's like there is a massive difference between being in a club and having a DJ behind you and playing all your tracks.
Oh, man.
And then just to being only you up there, or even only 3 of you up there. It's hard to provide a show for 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
So I've got mad respect for people that can do that. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's a lot harder than it looks, and just to play one song, it's all well and good, but to keep people moving and have a bit of a dynamic going for 2 hours, like, I still haven't got it yet, to be honest. I'll be honest with you, I have good shows, and then I have shows where I'm like, I'm nowhere near the mark on this.
Yeah,
you know?
it can be tough, man.
It's hard work.
It can be tough.
Yeah.
And I think, being with those boys, I've learned a ton, man. And like they've become like my brothers now with like music. And just good mates in general. But that went a long way, and we're still doing 3 p.m. and
You played at the raffles on New Year's, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's
That
cool,
was
man.
interesting, but yeah, it was just funny how you're just talking about that with like keeping the crowd going. It was such a diverse crowd, man.
Yeah. Some people are like, yeah.
Such a
Play the Beatles, and then someone's like, play Justin Bieber. Like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah.
That was super interesting, but yeah.
Yeah, what can you do? Same thing, bro. Yeah, that's dope. The TikTok, I want to jump more into that. So we've kind of had the acoustic videos, the covers, playing live shows, and then around the same time or a bit later?
With the TikTok, is that what you're talking about? TikTok,
Yeah.
TikTok. The funny thing about that situation, man, I had a big Europe trip planned with my mates in 2020.
Yeah.
And it was like a 2-month trip. I was ready to just party, man. I was ready.
Yeah.
I was ready. I was like saving for this shit.
Yeah.
I was full pumped. And yeah, obviously COVID happened. Cancel, losing all your money, and lockdown started happening. And I was listening to Gary about TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Prior to 2020 happening.
Oh, okay.
So in 2019, I was like, man, I started posting a little bit, but I just wasn't doing it right. You know, I wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit. Europe got, canned.
Fuck.
We're locked down. I was like, man, I may as well just start making some TikToks.
Yeah.
And it just started blowing up with like random shit, bro.
Yeah.
Still would have been right at the prime at the beginning, where like, if you were on it sort of near the start, you had a better chance. Like the Instagram, right? If you can get on it earlier, it would have blown up compared
100%.
to now. A lot harder, right?
It's a lot harder now.
That's just a perfect storm, really, on your behalf there. That's what
That's what I mean.
I should have shown you, Jay. Like you got a mixture between mashups, but trends and all sorts of little things blowing up. He's got how many views has the one with Hannah got? You've got 2 with Hannah, I think.
Well, it's all so the fast cars one, I've posted it a few times, and it's gotten it's
great.
2 of the videos got 500,000, so together it's been 1 million.
Yeah.
And then I posted like off videos of like the different parts of the song. And then one got 200,000, and then like 50,000, and then we did like another mashup which only got like 30,000, which is still bloody good. And then we did recently we just did a nostalgia kind of mashup. And that got like 200,000 views or something like that.
Fucking dope. And then he's got trends where there's like the bottle flip ones. Fucking good.
That's how it started, bro. Literally,
really?
it was popping beers open and like kicking them open and shit. That's how my TikTok started getting like viral. It was from that. It's so weird, man. So funny though.
And it literally is hearing you talk about it. You just going on there and seeing what happens and having fun with it, and then something just goes. Literally,
like that was my mindset. I was like, fuck, man. Like even back then in 2020 with my Instagram, I was very like, I wasn't like fully insecure, but I was like, there was some parts I was like, I don't know if I want to post that. Like
you hold yourself back.
I held myself back
definitely.
a lot. And then I listened to Gary Vee obviously, and it was just like TikTok, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go about TikTok and not give a fuck. I was just gonna go in there and like just do me. Like
and
so
that's
cliche, but it was just literally what I did.
Authenticity was so big in 2022 with content, and it's going to be even bigger for 2023. And I think as soon as you flip that switch, people can see through the phone now whether you're being authentic or not. And if you're just
100%.
being yourself, then people can see it instantly.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of that's come from with you guys. Like, especially Hannah, she just sings her heart out when she sings, and you just film it and fucking get around it.
Yeah.
So,
that's the funny thing with that mashup too, is Hannah never did anything with her music at all. And we were actually mates. Like, we were just good mates.
How do you mean never did anything with her music?
Like, she was just writing songs in her room. She never posted videos, never did covers, never did anything.
Yeah.
And we were just good mates. Like, we used to be in the same group that used to go out heaps and
now she's just here, and she's now another muso, another
we talked
artist.
about every time we were out, like at a festival, I need to do a cover. Yeah, I know, man, let's do a cover together. Eh? You just say it, but it kind of never happens.
100%.
Yeah, and then it just happened. She was like, I was just like, let's do a cover, and she's like, all right. And we actually caught up. I'm like, yeah, what are we doing? I was like, I don't know. And then Hannah was like, let's do a mashup, and I was like, yeah, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, did it?
Just collab with my band 3 PM, and like they helped us like structure it together a bit, and
it's cool, man. It's really cool.
That's it. Natural progression, right? And just doing what you enjoy doing.
Well, if it wasn't like, obviously I've done a lot to the build up of that cover going, but like that mashup has helped us a lot. Get people to listen to other stuff, and
it's got your Spotify. It gets traffic onto your Spotify, and I know the whole thing of like, I want my music to be blown up, because that's where I stopped doing covers, because I was like, I would hate if I did a cover and that blew up. But at the end of the day, it's getting you more traffic coming to your songs than if you didn't do the cover and it didn't blow up.
100%.
And then you just stayed here the whole time, 100%. So you can't be mad about it, eh?
Nah.
Yeah, it's dope. So for you guys out there, TikTok, be yourself, just push it out.
Do it.
Don't overthink it, honestly. And I talk to so many people with their content. They're like, oh, you're killing it with your content. You're doing this. How do I be better? And I'm like, just put shit out. And I always ask them as well, I'm like, you got stuff sitting there ready to go? And they're like, yeah, but I don't know about this one or this one. And I'm like, the only way you're going to find out is
you're doing it right, man. Like, I've been watching what you're doing.
Thank you, man.
You're literally just posting so much stuff.
Yeah,
and like
seeing what sticks.
Even I'm like, man, I need to catch up with this guy. Like, bro, I find it hard. Like, ever since I started doing my own music, like, I'm like, fuck, we don't have time to fucking do my other random shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I got to block time out. I got to be like, right, I'm not doing content and I'm making music, because I sit here like conceiving new content ideas and all this, and I'm like, when am I actually fucking making music? Am I an artist anymore, or am I just a content creator? Like, what am I doing? But that's the reality of 2023. Is if you want your music to be a business, and shout out to Nick D for this, is you either be a critically acclaimed artist and you maybe make it, or you spend a lot of time not making much from your music, or you treat your music like a business. And the best way to build your business right now is with TikTok and with Instagram. So you better hope that you're spending a bit of time on there doing some shit. Yeah.
Very true, man.
What do you got coming up? So you had that kind of blow up. I would consider it a blow up from my perspective. And that was moving. You got into your own music. I saw you doing a show. You had your first headline show. Yeah,
man. That was so after that mashup blew up, I was kind of like, all right, I need to start putting my own shit out. Like, I haven't put anything out prior to that mashup. I was just doing writing in my room, I suppose, for the last few years, and just dabbling around in some stuff, and never released anything. So a lot of people obviously
bit of a kick up the arse where you're like,
it was. I was
put
like,
some stuff
out. There's people here now. He's out doing something about it. Man, I started doing that, and that was kind of cool. Like, I'm just learning so much again. Like, you just constantly learn. Like, there's never a point where you're just not learning. So it's really good. But anyway, it's been like a year and a half now since, like, after the mashup and we started releasing, and then it was the start of this year. I've been to a lot of shows. I try to support, like, local Perth artists and stuff, and if they have their shows and stuff, I want to try and like make it if I can. And you just kind of watch people doing their thing, and you just go, fuck, man, like,
I'd love to do it.
I just want to sing my own song. Like, I gig with my cover band, and we do covers and stuff, and like the feeling of when I first started that was like, fuck. So like, imagine doing your own shit and like having people there for you.
It's another level, isn't it?
Another level. So I just messaged Hannah. I was after a show, I remember. It was like the next day, and I stopped my car and I messaged Hannah. I was like, man, I'm sick of fucking waiting around for our own show, or to someone to pick us up and be like, oh, can you kind of, like, let's just fucking make it happen ourselves. Like, fuck it. So that's what we did, man.
And did it live up? Was it rewarding? Did it live up to the expectations?
Fucking, like, perfect. Like, it was exactly how we were hoping to be, if not more. Like, it was a lot of work we put into it. And it was
Was it at the Rosemount?
It was, yeah.
Good venue, hey?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope for something like that.
Yeah, the big room, that's where we did it, and it was just like the sound in there, it was just,
yeah,
great turnout. The team that we had helping us out with like the whole show was like, which is amazing.
Yeah.
No, it was like perfect, man.
That's all you can ask for, man.
Yeah.
That's really dope. And then new music,
so I'm actually like, so my management team had an idea to put my my cover with my mum on Spotify.
Yep.
They were like, they just think it was a cool idea, like, and they kind of want to push it to a few things. So like, I was like, all right, I'm down. So I'm gonna make that a release, that cover with her. For her, it would just be cool. Like, you know, I'm very family man.
Yeah.
So like, just to like, so she was too scared to sing. When she was younger. She had opportunities to go up on stage and like kind of sing for people, for a band and stuff, but she was too scared, man.
Just to put herself out there.
So like, seeing what I'm doing, she's like really stoked
Pumps
about
her
that.
up. Yeah. Amazing.
Get her on board, hey.
So I was like, I was like, man, let's get a fucking studio, let's record a song, let's fucking do it.
So cool, man.
And she loved it, bro. She was so happy. I was like, this is what you want to do, like, let's do it. And like,
absolutely.
I was like, we'll make it a thing, like, we'll do a video, I'll put it on Spotify so you can like,
that's
you can
gangster as fuck, man. That's so cool.
Get around stage.
Exactly, man.
Imagine.
That's the best thing you want, man.
Yeah. So I'm making that a release. I think it's going to be on like the 20th of Jan or something like that. End of this month. End of this month. I'm filming the video on Sunday actually. And then my next original release, Ghosted, would be, we're trying to push it to come out on Valentine's Day, or like the week of Valentine's Day. Because it's just like, it'd be kind of funny. It's just
kind of a toxic Valentine's Day.
Man. It's like, you know, you're not alone. There's people there that get ghosted. There's people that want to ghost some people because they're fucked or some shit. You know, like.
Perfect time to release something like that.
It's not just your classic like love tune. It's kind of like for like the
opposite, really.
Exactly.
That's what you want.
But there's people on Valentine's Day that probably did fucking get ghosted and like wanted to catch up for a date and they're getting fucked up. So
at least I got your music.
100%. I got you.
Okay, so song with mum and Ghosted. Yeah, sick, bro. I want to get into mindset as well behind shit. I'm sure you can relate to you putting stuff out, or even with your covers, maybe your originals as well, and shit's just not going the way you want it to go. All that can compound. This is how I see it anyway. Sometimes it can compound. You get that negative feedback, and as much as you might be a internally positive person, but sometimes you just get in that, fuck, what am I doing? Like, am I doing it? Am I making it? Am I not? Should I give up? You know, do you have something that you do to pull yourself out of that? And do you have those times as well?
Oh man, I think those times happen way more than people think. To be honest with you.
I had a guy on Fetty in episode 3, and he said exactly the same thing. He said, "Can I be honest with you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, you guys are," me and Jay kind of almost brand ourselves as, work, keep pushing. And he was like, "That's the opposite of a lot of the time. I just feel in like that kind of mindset, you know, like maybe I can't do it, you know." But sorry to interrupt.
No, you're right. Like, it does. I mean, not all. It happens a fair bit, but not like, you know, every day or anything like that. But
it happens a lot. It
does happen a lot. And it's a hard industry, man. Like,
for sure.
Like,
you gotta be good at being told no.
And I think if you stay the focus on, like, it sounds really like cliche, but if you stay just enjoying the process, you won't lose, really.
You can't.
Like, you can't really. It's like, I think I said it to mum or my brother or someone, and I was like, look, if I don't just keep going with this, and like, because I'm seeing little things that I'm in my career that's like, that is moving forward, you know, like the mashup blew up, helped me like gain some people listening to my originals. You know, I've signed to this management now that like
big show,
have like crazy. The big show was like nuts, and like now we want people that there's people over east that want us to come over and do a show, and like it's just sort of like, well, there's stuff that is happening that I'm ticking that I just need to keep going with now, because otherwise I'll hate myself if I don't. And
come this far.
I've come this far. It's like, screw it, man. So I think the mindset thing. I don't really have any, like, I think surrounding yourself with like-minded people is like number one. Like today when I said I went for the walk with my brother and a few mates, like we just talk, bro. Like it's not like back in the day I was told like, so what the fuck, when we're getting on this festival for boys, you know, like we're talking about real shit, like which is good, and it makes you, my brother's fucking starting his business, like he's doing that, that's sick, man, like what are you doing like to achieve this goal, like. And that helps. That goes a long fucking way.
Yeah, dope.
Like a long way.
And that's what we're hoping to provide with this. Like you just gas me up, and every time it's almost like a bit of
you do it yourself, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. But it's almost like a bit of a therapy session. Us just sitting and talking. Like we're trying to provide value to these guys.
Yep.
At the end of the day, but also it's been like a therapy session for me of just gassing us up and 100% surround yourself with like-minded people. And on the other side of the spectrum as well, you find yourself in a negative mindset and you've been spending time around negative people, and then you wonder why you're feeling negative.
Bro,
it's like yeah, no shit.
It actually goes that kind of stuff is actually, it's pretty hectic. Like imagine just like I had friends that were just like, oh Calla, man, like your music's pretty hard, bro. Like, you want to show you're looking at kids soon, bro. Like,
so I haven't got time for that.
The fuck, man. I'm doing my life. Like,
100%.
Just chill. Yeah. Like, and so I think surrounding yourself by like-minded people is goes a long way.
No matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just
anything. 100%. Yeah, just in general. Like, man.
Just to build a stronger brain.
I hear some people about some like people just knocking on them with like little shit, and it just sounds toxic. Like, you don't have time for that. It's just. You want to just live the best life you can, man. Like, and do what you fucking love, you know. And like, so I think that's one of the main ones. And like me by myself, like I feel I'm actually pretty like, I don't know how to like spiritual, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I believe in the universe a lot, man. I've been talking with my girl about this actually as well. Like something about God came up the other day, and I was like, I don't believe in God, but I believe that the world is too organised for something not to exist, some higher power to not exist, to be guiding us in some direction. And as spiritual as it sounds, it's like, it has to be. You know? Like, everyone has to have some kind of a plan, and the universe has to be overlooking something and plan something out, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more. And that's what kind of where I go down, man. I like to read, so like, I have like some spiritual books that I read and shit.
Dope.
And like, or I'll just like the gym, like I'll just go, like I love going to the gym and just like listening to music and just being there in my element, man. And then the ocean too, bro, just going for a swim and just like
I've just started getting into that, and like you get in the water and you're kind of just sitting there and like you almost like, I go back now, but then you kind of realize like, no, this is like good. Like, you just sit there and just
it's sick,
waves, man. Massive therapy session.
Especially when you're by yourself too, like it's just, you're there, you're taking the moment. If
you're not with your senses, you're drowning.
Exactly,
pretty much.
Right.
You got to switch
not
on.
Wrong.
The gym, we're like massive on that, and that's probably always a good switch for me, and it's actually a strategy for me as well. Like when I have those days, I go, oh right, like I'll be sitting here and kind of just doing fuck all, just loitering around in here, music's not working, like I'm trying to play some acoustic stuff and that's not really sounding that good and I'm not really feeling it, and so I'm like, sick, I'll go hit a workout, and that's always my thing to do. So that's my go-to strategy, even if it's just like a short run or it's go lift some weights out the back or anything. So, and like
I've seen your rig, man. You ain't playing.
Stop it.
How do I get one of them, huh?
And this is probably why, bro, because I'm always in these mindsets where I'm like, all right, sick, go work out.
That's sick, man.
You know, so I just end up doing it, and competing's pushed me to train really hard and stick to a routine. So that's probably the big part of why I'm so like regimented with my fitness. But yeah, just those little things just to get the endorphins flowing, like you're always talking about as well.
They're just massive tools, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And you use them, and depending on how you're feeling, just get yourself back into that flow state, and because it's hard to get in sometimes creatively as well.
100%, man.
You know?
Would you like train before you jump on the music, or is there like something you do prior to getting on with the music?
It's actually quite funny, man. Like I had moments where I was like, I was gymming, like I loved going to the gym and I was going hard, I was doing proper sups, and like I actually lost focus on music for a bit. I was like, fuck, what am I doing? I was like, I love going to the gym, and like I've been so consistent since I stopped playing footy. Like I've been in the gym and I haven't really stopped. So like I'm just more, I want to keep the maintenance up and like be consistent.
You don't want to lose it. I'm big on that as well.
So I think with that, it's weird, like you think, you know, singers and rappers and shit, like they're all like nighttime late people smoking fucking chuff and shit. Where mine, I'm just more like, I'll get up early, I'll go to the gym, I'll go to the beach. This is literally me yesterday or whatever it was.
And then day of music.
And then I'll go in my room and I'll just like make some music.
100%.
Like I think that works better for me. I think that's why even when I went part-time in my day job, I went part-time just because like I want that extra day, like the days, so I can like do that. And obviously now like having the cover band like helps, you know, me do that. Cool. I just think it works me way more.
So you went from full-time to part-time to dive more into that music?
That's
sick.
That's
sick. I did that with like my competition and my PTing and that, and like man, when you just give that like extra time to yourself because you want it for you, it makes you happy. Like
100%.
The world's your oyster.
Yeah.
So people are scared to take that jump. So like props
so
for taking
scared,
it.
man. But like my mentality is like, fuck, man. Like I can literally just go back to a job if I have to. Like if I had to. Like if I had
That's
to
it,
really,
it's like, what's
I can
the
be like,
worst,
music's
you know?
not for me.
Yeah.
I can see that. I had the fucking best time. I met some amazing people. I'm gonna move on to the next thing now.
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
It's good to have confidence in
and
that.
see what it's about.
Yeah. Like why not, man? Fuck, like just literally, man. One life to just do what you want to you want to live the best.
Yeah.
You can, you know?
What do they say? I'm gonna butcher this quote, but I love it so much. It's the price of something is less than the bill of regret. What's the first one?
I like where you're going.
I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on from this.
Get it
But
out.
it's like,
The price of what you want, it costs.
the failure from trying something is not going to be as big as how shit you're going to feel from regret if you don't do it in the first place.
Yeah.
You know?
My biggest fear is actually regret. Like that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
You'd way rather oh well than what if, you know?
Yeah.
Oh well
It's not even oh well, it's like, okay, like that's what didn't work. Now let's do this again. You know what I mean? Just navigate through that.
Facts.
And we are lucky that we're in Perth. Like
it's like, come on,
it's just so the life of just having a job is like luxury to like some people in America and shit. Like
we
get
are
paid.
so lucky.
Yeah, we're so lucky. This is our home. So like
whether the workplace, the economy, everything, the music scene, like hip hop's popping off in Australia now. Really, to be fair, like with Leroy and what he's done. Like it's moving
a lot.
Yeah, the scene's fucking happening. Sick, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of all I wanted to cover. I love the mindset, and hearing that is so similar to me. And like I said before, I feel like you're, a few steps down the track where you've done your show, you've had a few little blips with the TikTok and exactly what I'm trying to do. So it's really cool to see and kind of reassuring for me where it's like, just keep doing what you're doing.
It's just consistency, man, honestly. That's all it is. It's
just keep consistent and keep moving. Put yourself out there and people will come to it if the art's right and if the time's right, I guess.
100%.
Well, we end with this segment, so I told you a little bit about it before. I'm going to tell you guys about it as well. It's short-term goal discussing. It's got to be a year or shorter, and it's got to have a numerical value, and it's got to fit within that year. So me, I'm gonna go over mine again. 50k followers on TikTok or Insta or YouTube as well. That'll fit the criteria too, and 500k streams in total. So Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, whatever. But most of it will probably come from Spotify, just because that's where most of my audience is. That's what I want by the end of this year. And what was yours, Jay?
So mine was getting my shop up to 25 grand per the week. And I was sitting there reflecting on that going, geez, is that like actually going to happen? Because it is quite a bit of money for the shop to make in a week for just selling subs. And then, as much as my mind was there thinking, geez, I don't know if I can actually hit that. This week alone, the first 4 days in, we hit just over 15 grand. So like, just the first week of the year saying this is my end of the year goal, like it's actually already progressing. I was like doubting it, but then you just let the natural flow happen. I'm like, okay, no, we can do this. So hit the 25 grand in that shop and just be happy every day.
We want that as well. We want discussion of it and coming back and then being like, oh fuck, maybe that was too much, or this is why we do it, and this is why I wanted to do it, so that we can come back and be like, maybe that was a little bit ambitious, or it wasn't ambitious enough. But that's sick that you kind of talked into existence, and now it's kind of here. Yeah, I'll be keen to see. I'm gonna hit you up at the end of the week and see where it's at and see if you can push it.
Week 1, man.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah. With mine, I'm kind of set. I'm like, I got this. I got a few TikTok ideas. I'll send some through. I just went out filming today. It was actually funny as fuck, stressful, but I got some new TikTok ideas, so I'm hoping that they're gonna do kind of well. What about yourself, bro?
Man, I have like a lot of little goals, I suppose, for this year. Like, it's funny that you mentioned about hitting a certain quota for the following. I had the same with like TikTok. I want to hit 100k, and like Instagram 20k.
Oh, you'll get there for sure, bro.
And then, to be honest, like after that show that I had, and like people wanting us to like inquire more shows, original shows, I'm talking about more, and going over east. I think I think doing more original shows. Maybe I was planning to get like 2 to 3 done in the first 3 months of this year.
Wow. In Perth or
Perth, but it doesn't have to be like how the other one was. Just as long as it's a gig that's original from my original stuff. And then I reckon a show, a performance or a gig over east or overseas or something like that. I don't know, man. I feel like me and Hannah have been talking about doing, like, we got an idea of what we're going to do and where we want to do it. So yeah, doing that would be pretty cool, and I think I think it's possible. Yeah.
So 100k TikTok, 20k Insta, 3 months for 3 shows here, and 1 show out of WA.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the end of the year.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, they're all easy things to write up, easy things to check off, and not too out of reach, I don't feel like either.
Yeah, it's possible. The out of WA one will be interesting, but we'll just see what happens.
You just do what you can, man.
Yeah.
Think about that though, like at the end of the year, you're sitting on that. Like that's a pretty good place to be starting to make a pretty massive blow up.
Yeah, I think...
You know, like...
That slingshot.
Yeah. Just numbers wise, I think that's sick, bro, and you should be proud of yourself, bro.
Thank you.
It's fucking unreal.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Yeah, it means the world, and it's just nice just talking to people with like-minded mindsets.
Yeah, and it goes a long way.
Yeah, I'm sure Jay appreciates it as well, and
I appreciate
gasses me up. So, like I said, it's like it's a therapy session for me.
I'm feeling good.
Everyone's just like sitting here talking to me about this kind of shit. So, yeah, I appreciate you, man. And,
thank you, lads. Appreciate it.
All the best for your upcoming shit.
Same to you, man.
Yeah, that's Calla, everyone. Go check him out. He's everywhere. Spotify, Insta, TikTok, any streaming platform. We're going to leave it there. We love you heaps. See ya.
Peace.
Peace out.